All right. Hello. Good morning, good evening, and good night. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic because today we're going to be going over my portfolio and some current goals that I want to set for this time period. So, I know that I've kind of teetered with the thought of creating an honorable investing tracking cash flow template. Basically, what this big title, is basically it's a way for you guys to track your yearly, monthly cash flow. Basically, you'd kind of input certain markers on how much you invested and your current dividends that are being paid to you every single month. There's also other different things on here. Why am I talking about this? The reason being is because I'm currently in the process of creating this tracking cash flow. And what I want to talk about specifically in this video is the goals side of it, because I want to have a goals section along with this tracker. This is still way in development, way in the process. Give me any ideas that you guys want to see within this. But today, what I want to talk about is I want to talk about my personal goals, what I want to achieve within my portfolio before the end of 2025. So what I've done is I have all the tabs up of all the Yieldmax ETFs I own. Going through my portfolio here, of course, I have QDTE, MSFO, MSTY, PYPY, SPXL, etc. What I've done is for each stock, each ETF, I want to go through and I want to kind of share my basis on why I've chosen these markers for the number of shares and as well the average share prices for each. So if that does sound good, we're going to go through each Yieldmax ETF I own, and I want to talk to you guys about the potential prices that I am looking to buy them at. If this does sound good, we're up to 7,664 subscribers, 204 subscribers in the past 28 days. We are getting subscribers every single day. There's still more and more people learning about investing, learning about high dividends, and earning more and more money every single month from their passive investments. So that is awesome to see. Join the page if you are interested. So in today's video, I want to talk about some of the ETFs that I own. I only really own ETFs. I own SPXL, which is the Drexen Daily S&P 500 3 times bull for capital appreciation. And then I own a lot of the Yieldmax ETFs, such as Yieldmax is our main holding. We have SQY, MSTY, MSFO, PYPY, and BABO. One position that I'm definitely looking to add is NVDY, because NVIDIA, I believe over the past little while, has been hit very hard. Even when we go back to a 1 year or 5 year time horizon, it's a huge company, roughly about $3 trillion. I don't believe it's going anywhere anytime soon, but I do think there's potentially more downside ahead. And so I'm setting some markers in order to take advantage. The first one being SPXL. When we look at the market, SPX, for the S&P 500, it peaked at about $6,150, and now it's currently trading at $5,600. So we've gone down a pretty significant marker, maybe about, if I can do it, about 8% off of that high. And it's only been within the past month. Well, within the past month for SPXL, we've seen a drop of about 22%. And of course, I've been buying a little bit more within my portfolio. But what I have here is these are all going to be pretty outlandish goals, but you need to have high goals. You want to aim high and not hit your goals versus you aim too low and you hit your goals. These are outlandish. This is absolutely achievable. Let me repeat, absolutely achievable, but it's going to take time, it's going to take smarts, and it's going to take me kind of looking for outside sources. But I'd like to achieve about 500 shares of SPXL by the end of this year. And I want to achieve that at an average share price, if I can find it here, of $100 per share. That is going to be my goal. And what that would take is the S&P 500 probably falling another about 10 to 15%, SPXL falling below 100, and then averaging out my position with a huge buy that will put me at that $100 average share price. Cool. My next investment is Yieldmax. For Yieldmax, you guys don't know, I have two accounts. I have a margin and a cash account where I hold different size positions for each Yieldmax position, of course. Here, this is my margin account. I hold 405 shares, and in my cash account, I hold 915 shares. My cash account, I'm not adding any more cash. I'm only reinvesting those dividends. That's why for my cash account, I have an average share goal of about 1,000 shares, and I currently have 915, so I have about 85 more to go. By the way, for SPXL, I only own 23 out of the 500 shares that I want for the end of the year. Sorry, jumping back to Yieldmax, I own I own 915 shares. I need 85 more shares to hit my target. For my margin account, I hold 405 shares and I want to achieve about $1,500. My margin account is where I'm going to be buying a majority of my Yieldmax shares, and I want to get an average share price, this is kind of crazy, at $12 per share. I do think that in time that Yieldmax could potentially fall a little bit more, and of course I think it's very correlated with the overall market. And so today Yieldmax actually did fantastic, 2.25% versus the S&P 500 only 0.5%. But I do think there's more downside for Yieldmax, and so I will be looking forward to buying more at a great price. The next one we're talking about, SQY. I own 450 shares, which is a decent size. I need 300 more shares to reach my goal of 750 shares at an average share price of $10. Notice how each Yieldmax ETF, my average share cost is currently lower than all of the average prices. SQY trading up at about $11.50, which is a very fair marker. We look at Block over the past year, it is at the lowest marker that it's been in the past year. And I do believe this is a great company. It has a great earnings per share and has been showing great earnings. I don't believe this stock chart is correlating well with their earnings. I think they have a lot more growth to go. And so this is a marker where I'm going to be buying heavily, as I've been doing. Now, the next stock I want to talk about, NVDY. I want to own 500 shares of NVDY. I currently own 0. I have nothing in my high yield portfolio. But NVDY, the reason why is because Nvidia is presenting a pretty good opportunity with about a 15 to 20% drop from their highs. And I do believe that they have the potential to drop more, even under $100. And so I'm looking to buy about 500 shares of NVDY at about $14 per share. Their current share price is about $17. So we definitely have some more room to drop there if I'm going to be buying at a $14 share price level. Next, MSTY. MSTY, I bought 27 shares of MSTY. I want about 500 shares of MSTY because they pay fantastic dividends, but the price is just too high. I'm keeping in mind MSTR and the price of Bitcoin because I believe it's very closely correlated to Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin has a lot more room to fall. I think it should potentially fall back to this $100,000 Canadian level. And at that price point, I do believe that MSTY should fall to about $15, and then I will look to buy more. That's my price point. I don't even know if it will hit $15, but I'll look to achieve that price point if possible. Next one, MSFO. I want to own 350 shares. I currently own 25 shares. So I need about 325 shares. Basically, my strategy with this is whichever one is going to be at the best price point, I will likely buy first, look to build that position, and then go and funnel those dividends into the next one. This will hopefully compound and help me to build my shares faster, but 25 shares for MSFO. I don't believe it's at the best opportunity currently. Microsoft has fallen quite a bit from its recent highs of about $467, but there is more room for Microsoft to fall to potentially levels as much as $250. So there's a lot more downside ahead. I'll definitely like to buy MSFO and hold this one for a long term because Microsoft does appreciate very nicely and slowly over time, which is what you want for Yieldmax ETF, but it needs to present that opportunity. I don't want to buy near highs when everything else is near lows. Next two are PYPY and Babo, and I'm kind of getting close to the end of this video, but long story short is they both, actually PYPY has taken a pretty big hit recently down to $13.50. I like to pick up PYPY at about $11.50, and PayPal has gone down pretty good, but like SQY and XYZ, which is Square, it has a good earnings per share and is showing profitability, but has also been extremely beaten down over the last little while. But then we have Alibaba, which has been taking off. I have an average share price on Alibaba of about $17.70, and I couldn't be more happy with this current position. I'm only looking to buy about 6 more shares because I want to buy about 300 shares, and I currently own 294. 6 more shares, get my average share price to $18. I'm well below that. That is a successful position right there for me. So this in turn are my goals for the end of 2025. And I just wanted to share this with you so that you could potentially set your own goals. Of course, I will have this dividend tracker hopefully out for you guys soon and available, but I'm currently working on this because I want to present something that I believe has a really good, value to it, of course. And these, to kind of motivate you a little bit, are my markers. I think it's very important to track your progress. If you do not set a goal and you are not tracking your progress, how do you know what you achieved will be worth it? You have to track your progress because, as mentioned here up above, a favorite quote of mine from Dan Pena: what gets measured gets accomplished. It's very true. What gets measured gets accomplished. You want to achieve 500 shares in SPXL, you don't think it's possible? Write it down. And you know what? Find a way to make it happen. We are going to find a way to make our goals happen, and that's what I intend to do for the end of 2025. We have a lot of time, but we also have a great opportunity ahead of ourselves as the market tumbles and as we generate more and more cash flow every single month to buy more and more investments. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, as mentioned, we're up to 7,664 subscribers. Don't hesitate to join our page. Don't be scared to join our page. If you're looking to learn more about investing, high yield dividends, and hopefully in checking out our channel, it motivates you guys to not even buy more, because it's not financial advice. I'm not telling you guys what to do. You guys make your own decisions, but it encourages you to invest and hopefully make more on your money. That's our goal. So if you guys enjoyed, you guys know what to do. Please do take care until next time, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.